Alright, we're in Zandvoort. I'm by myself. I have a splitting headache, so this is going to be even worse shitty comms than normal shitty comms, so I'm not going to be talking too much. But we'll try and zoom in on some of the action. Round 7, Division 2, in the ARL, corner lines only. ABS is available. No traction control. Monday nights, 8 p.m., round 7 of 15. We'll get through some statistics here in a second, and we do have a few drivers that are joining us for the first time. We have Stewart, who is new to the league. We have Mata, who's reserving tonight. We have, who else? One more guy. ARL Geisel is also reserving for tonight as we're riding on board with VTEC right now. So, let's see what tires we got on. So Zandvoort, we got 14 corners, 10 to the right, 4 to the left. Left tires are going to be taking a beating here on this track. Usually a one-stop. You used to be able to get away with a medium-soft strategy here, even though they told you that there was not a chance in hell of doing it. But we'll see in the new game. Medium-hard seems to be like the ideal strategy, of course, pending safety cars. We will not be having a formation lap tonight due to the audio glitch that usually the PS4 users are experiencing. But at least Cody's and EA was nice enough to fix the cold tires on the start with no formation lap. So at least the tires will be warm. Hopefully we get a good race start here. It is a short run up to turn 1. Not a ton of places to overtake here. Turn 1 is going to be the ideal spot for an overtake to come through. Last game, you could get into the 110s on a corner lap if you're really good. Of course, I wasn't, so I was in the 111s. But here we have Beckett setting the 112.5 on his lap to put him in provisional pole, obviously very early in the race. We have 2 drivers of the quali van. We got Doucette, 79 in the Ferrari for pushing X, and we have Subtle Butthole is back. African changing his name back to the original Subtle Butthole. We're super happy with that. A nice little play on words. As that's how we knew him before he had to change his name because he got ratted out for calling someone a pussy or something online. Yeah. So Beckett's still provisional pole. We got Caesar with a 114.5. Crackerjack sets a 118. Metachimp sets 118. Israel's a 122. Probably made a mistake somewhere there. And JCast a 131. Obviously making a mistake. Stewart, new driver of the league. His first race in the McLaren, taking over for Kate Thomas, who had to step back. Sets a 112.518. Just 3/100ths of a second faster than Beckett, but jumps into provisional pole. Flavors for a 113.8, setting a provisional PT for him. VTEC with a 111.6 takes that away. So in almost a second difference between P1 and P2 right now. Let's go over our standings. Right now, as Youngling is ineligible for the championship, we have Ignatyov in first place with 97 points. He's missing the race tonight. We got Beckett in P2, JCast P3, we got Race Chase, and we got VTEC, and we got Grim Reaper, Andrew, we got Reserve Houdini, we got Villeneuve, we got Subtle, Cake, who's switched to Reserve now, Isra, Gunner is a reserve, DJ CJ, TH is a reserve, Snake and Beans, Hallberg, Rhinestone, Kev, Crackerjack, and we got Jinx and Nebe, both as reserve. Schumacher, who's missed 5 of 7 races now. And yeah, that's about it for our statistics. It should be a pretty interesting race. There's going to be there's a very tight circuit, a lot of close wheel-to-wheel action we're expecting for sure. Not sure what the rain is going to be like, or the weather, so to speak. Excuse me. Rain's working on half speed right now. Yeah, it looks dry right now. Whether we get a wet race or a dry race, we'll see once the race starts. We'll ride on board here with Youngling and see what we can do about VTEX 111.6. There it is, Youngling's about to start his flying lap here. DRS is wide open, and the best car on the grid. Let's see what Youngling can do here. He's got a McLaren coming out of the pits here. Doesn't get in the way, he's on the power, big wheel spin there. Little dab, downshift. On the bank corner, he's gonna take it very tight. Some guys like to shoot that out a little wide and use the banking to slingshot them around. We're going to go with the Youngling strike in on this one because it's so fucking fast. A little out of shape there and invalidate. Oh, that's it for Youngling. So Youngling gets his wish starting from close to the back. Looks like he'll be starting T18 as of right now as he's DNF from the race. Or sorry, from quali. We're not in the race yet. Jump on board with the hack of Grim Reaper. Grim's got a solid season so far, switching from D1 Mondays to D1 Fridays to D2 Mondays. 3 leagues in the ARL that we run. We run Division 2, which is tonight, Monday night, corner lines, ABS available. We run ARL Elite on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No assist. No racing line, and then we run Division 1, which is the original ARL League, on Friday nights at 8 p.m., which is corner lines only. No traction control is allowed in the adult racing league. You've got to be 18 years old to join. As DJ CJ gets in retirement there. Looks like he retired in the pit. Looks like he's going to be good at supported, because he did set a quality lap or crash. Oh, it looks like he crashed. Never mind. Oh, it was muted. We have Caesar, new addition to the ARL and the AlphaTauri. As Beckett looks, I guess he beached his car there. Gets disqualified. Again, this game is a little different than the last. You can definitely beat your car on a curb. I don't think you can beach it in the gravel, but 100% on a curb. As Caesar's got some traffic in front of him, and I don't know who that is. A little late to move off the line, but goes pretty deep into that corner. It was enough to upset Caesar's lap, though, so we'll see if that gets recorded. You know, the stewards have their fingers crossed that it's not going to be recorded, but we'll see. And they got to get rid of this lockup glitch, because it sounds like the drivers are locking up on every corner, and in fact they're not. that 50% brake bias, I believe. Where's Caesar going to end up? Caesar does not improve, stays P11, which is Flavius' favorite position, P11. We have 5 drivers out right now. Youngling, Subtle and Doucette with the Wally Band, Young TJ for the contact with the barriers, and Beckett, I'm going to assume, for getting beached. Jump on with new driver Stewart taking over the McLaren seat from Kate Thomas, who had to back out due to scheduling conflict. Still with us as a reserve. Going really slow, try not to take too much out of those tires. So Stewart electing not to go out and do another lap, takes out the board for good measure. Beckett saying that was shit. We had another comment there from Team B7, the time trial king. Wishing all the boys good luck tonight. On board with VTech as he starts another flying lap here, trying to improve on that 111.6 to see what he can do. And Beckett confirming he got beached. The Burger King got beached. VTech also keeping it nice and tight these days, That's what she said. On the power, get the purple one. VTech just drifting around these corners like a pro. Goes to second 2. For purple again, he's down 0.2 on his time right now, looking at a 111.4. So they keep it tidy through the short second 3. We have 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Let's head it close to the line and get that extra 1,000. VTech with a 111.4. Shaves 0.2, almost 2.5 off of his time. Race pace, the next challenger coming through sector 2 will ride on board with him. Amby setting a 112.4 to put himself in P3. It's going to be one of the highest starts for Amby. I may be mistaken on that. I'm not sure if he's ever started that high before, but that's a great quality for Amby Mason. Let's check the results here. So it looks like Amber's best quality right now is the Hungarian GP, in which he started 4th. So just going through some stats here. So Andrew's best in race 1. Sorry, Andrew's best came in Hungary. So the P4, and he's in P4 now because Israel just bumped him out. He doesn't have enough time to go out. So Andrew tying his best record so far. Race pace is down 800. It's not going to be enough. Gets a bit of traffic as he's going wide and backs out of the lap. So race chase for P2 so far. Isra P3, Stewart P4, Andrew P5, Grim in 6th, Jizzle in 7th, JCast 8th, Hallberg 9th, Villain 10th, Flavius in his favorite position in 11th, Teaser in 12th, Snake 13, Cracker 14, and Metachimpus, I'm probably just destroying that name, in 15th place right now. We've got less than 1 minute remaining in quality. I'm gonna get a drink. A happy commentator is a drinking commentator. Oh. So after this race, we're going to be essentially, basically, halfway done the season. I guess technically, halfway through next week's race will be the official halfway point because we have a 15-race season. And that is it. Is anybody still out there? Grim looks like he's trying to set a time. He's down 3/10. So that could move Grim up to P5 and bump down Andrew Mason. We'll see if Grim can pick up a few more tenths here. Grim coming around the penultimate corner now in the Haas Ferrari. And Grim does improve on his time. Grim takes 5th away from Andrew, pushing him down to 6th. And that is quali over for the Netherlands GP Round 7 Division 2. We got VTech, Race Chase, Isra, Stewart, Grim, Andrew, Hallberg. Hallberg with a great start there with P7. Giesel is reserving the lead. JCast in 9th. I believe that's her top 10. Followed by Snake, Flavius, Caesar, Crackerjack, Mata. Then we got Youngling, Subtle, Doucette, DJ, CJ, and Beckett rounding out your grid. No incidents. We got some crossing of the pit line, some invalidation, some Beckett parking in dangerous locations. So that's the breach or the beach, and a couple terminal damages. We're going to take a quick break with a short word from our sponsors. So let's take a look at tires, as Beckett pointed out. Thanks for reminding me about that, Beckett. So far, we got everybody on mediums. We're going through their setups right now, tweaking things. Of course, pushing X before the host, or in this case, VTech, is punishable by a quali ban. VTech electing the soft compound tires. Stewart going onto the softs as well. Youngling onto the softs. So that's 3 drivers that have elected to go to the soft compound. Oh, I think I just saw hard. That's what she said. Yeah, Younglings changes to the hard tires. Villeneuve going hard compound as well. Sorry if I'm making you nauseous and dizzy here. Hallberg looking to maximize that P7 start with the soft compound tires as well. VTEC changing out for the hards instead of the soft, so the guys are probably just moving things around to get the because of the fucking EA and Cody's, you only get the one hard and one medium as opposed to two of each. So we're about to start now. We've got three drivers on the hards, four drivers on the hards: Subtle, Youngling, Villeneuve, and VTEC, and we got two guys on the softs. We got Stewart and Hallberg, so they're going to be able to maximize that grip a lot quicker than the guys starting on the hards. But the hard compound tire, I mean, a gutsy little call because if you do have an early safety car, 5-10 laps in, then that hard compound start is not something that you're going to be able to do anymore unless you stay out. And we are lights out. We got Cracker Jack with a jump start. Gets a drive-through penalty right off the hop. That's going to take away from his first couple laps. Into turn one we go. And we got an Alpine just fucking going. Beckett picking up a 5-second penalty for that. The Alpine of DJ CJ just goes for a fucking barrel roll. Judged by a penalty, and looking at the contact there. Beckett, Youngling's down 3 positions. That's not like Beckett, or Youngling, sorry. And it looks like we have a virtual safety car. All drivers still in the race, which is good. DJ CJ gonna hop into the pits, I'm sure. The safety car is not out, so it's a VSD. So that should help him with his pit stop to change that front wing. Again, we know standard damage in Division 2. VTEC and P2 Stewart must have gotten the jump on him, and we're back to green flags. VTEC looking the inside, switches to the outside, goes heavy on the brakes, super deep. Stewart keeps the inside line, great driving from those guys there. Kept that contact free. We do have yellows in sector 1, not sure what happened there. Looks to be another car spun of Villeneuve. Hallberg chasing down Israel within a couple of tenths. We got another yellow in sector 1. Next lap we should have DRS available, which is going to be helpful down that front straight, but you still got to be within a couple tenths of that driver in front to get something to happen. Little walk up there from Israel. Oh, Hallberg gets a great launch with those soft compound tires. Gets it done on Israel into the penultimate corner there, turn 13 and 14. Gets a good hop out of 12. Great driving from Hallberg, puts himself in P5 right now. Israel fighting back, going wheel to wheel into turn 1. Hallberg leaving space. Great driving from Hallberg there, no contact, nice and clean. What we love to see. Villeneuve is retired in the pit. No, Villeneuve has retired on the penultimate corner, and we got yellow flags, and we have the first safety car of the night. Not sure if there's contact there from Villeneuve. Someone hitting him or not, but he went into the wall. Looks like he might have hit one of those curbs, maybe. They definitely unsettled the car out of turn 13, heading into the bank 14. That Cracker Jack, I don't think is going to be able to serve his drive-through. So hopefully the game doesn't glitch the fuck out and disqualify him, because he got 3 laps to serve a drive-through. He's on lap 3, but now he can't serve the drive-through because of a mistake. We'll see if EA fucks this up. Again, viewer discretion is advised. I swear. I should say mature audiences on the stream. This is an adult league. It's not made for kids. He's coming in, but he's gonna actually have to stop for tires because he's not going to be able to serve a drive-through. Maybe he wanted the medium compound tires? I'm thinking he thought he was going to serve the drive-through there, potentially, unless he really needed them. Good question, though. So it was 3 laps, you have to serve it. He had a safety car. Will he have 3 laps from the safety car to serve it? Because he does still have that drive-through penalty. And now he's going to be fighting to catch up. Young DJ CJ also retiring in the pits. And we are down to 18 drivers. Beckett coming around the pit straight right now. Going to be looking to catch up. We'll have a couple laps here and we will defer to our sponsors. We have no fucking sponsors. Yes, Villeneuve, I can see your message loud and clear, buddy. I will have a look, sir. Yeah, I figured, sorry, just talking to Villeneuve, you were saying he spun. I figured you caught the curb maybe on the exit of 13, because you got that exit onto the double curbs there. That just unsettled the car. And if you put the power down while you're on them, then you're probably going to go into the wall. I mean, ever since last game, curbs have been definitely an issue. I wouldn't say so realistic, because as you see real F1 drivers constantly on the curb. And we have the safety car coming in this lap. So hopefully we get a nice clean start. Let's jump on board with Race Chase in P3 and see what happens here. Stewart backing up the grid. Great showing from Stewart in his first ARL race. If he can pick up a win here, well, hey, hats off to you, man. And off he goes. VTEC gets a pretty decent jump, tries to get out of the slipstream of Race Chase, not going to try for a move just yet. Stewart going really wide, still on the soft compound tires. You see a strategy plays into this for VTEC. And we have Flavius, something going on with Flavius. Flavius spinning or getting contact into turn 1, not sure which one. We've got Cracker Jack serving his drive-through penalty, and Flavius is back on the road. Does he have wing damage? Looks like he's intact. On board with Mata. Reserving today, first race in the ARL. Really wide into the corner there. Oh, we get some contact with Doucette behind him. Looks to be struggling a bit through sector 2. Ooh, completely misses that corner. Nada looking like he's having a real hard time on the track today. Going super wide into one. Oh, and that's a collision with Doucette there. Went pretty wide into the corner and cut back in. Not sure if Doucette caught damage from that. And Flavius now into the back. Stewart sets the fastest lap of a 14.2. Doucette trying to get the move done around Mata. I think holding up the two cars behind him right now. They got some more pace there. Going to utilize the DRS here to get past. We'll see if Flavius can do the same. Doucette moving to the inside. Flavius going wide. Check on some other battles here. We got J-Cast chasing down Andy Mason running P7 right now, down a few spots. It looks like Israel got a spot back from Hallberg, who made a really nice overtake at a turn 12. Just got the power down a lot quicker. I'm starting to wonder if those soft compound tires are starting to feel it right now. We'll see if Stewart can set another fastest lap. It's close battles here. Doucette, Scuttle, Flavius. Andrew a little too far back to think of a move there on Hallberg. Doucette finally gets it done. Flavius gets it done. Mata looks like he might have had an issue. Looks like he spun out of turn 13 as well. Doucette will be happy he's finally leads. Beckett sets the fastest lap on the medium compound tires. So 8 laps in, I'm wondering if these soft tires are really struggling. Let's jump on top with Hallberg here and see how he's managing on them still. Ambu on the mediums. VTEC almost 5.5 seconds back from the race leader right now. Again, VTEC probably thinking long term at this point. He's got the hard compound tires. He can run those pretty far. He can conserve them and wait for Stewart to go in for a pit stop and then just unload. That's what she said. VTEC 6% ERS, so he's not really saving it. He is still pushing. Isra and Grimm coming into 3. Again, this track almost like a Monaco style procession. Like unless the guy in front of you really makes a mistake, it's not a wide track. There's not a lot of room to pull an overtake off here. The corners are lots, and the track is short, and it's like a really nice flow to the track. I do enjoy the track, but it's just not a great track to overtake on. So will Israel be able to make it happen right now on Grim Reaper? He's right on his tail. ERS Not active yet. He's got the DRS. He's on the faster compound tire. Grimm's still pulling away. I wonder setup-wise what kind of wing Grimm's running. Maybe he's opted for a little more downforce here because there are a lot of corners. We do have a Mercedes off. That looks to be RRL Jeziel. I'm just going to call him RRLJ. Jeziel? Maybe? I'm probably butchering his name. Goes into the pits. Flips onto the hard compound, and I think that's going to be it for him. He's going to try and ride this out once we get a late safety car. Yellow's in 3 is set. Looks like he lost it. Coming out of 12, maybe. Israel wheel to wheel with Grimm. Oh, it was big contact into 11. Grimm kept going. Israel ended up getting the brunt of that. Went pretty deep on the inside of that last chicane. Giesel retired, so it looks like he crashed out, and we are getting another safety car. I hope he didn't crash because you heard me trying to pronounce his name. Oh, fuck, Israel almost goes into the back of the safety car, which would have been good for a disqualification there. That safety car just cut over like nobody was there. Is Stewart coming in for a stop? I would imagine he's going to. So Stewart opts to come in for the mediums, 13 of 36, those medium compound tires. Now, are those tires going to be able to last him the rest of the race? 23 laps. That's a big ask. In the last game, you'd be able to pull it off for sure. Well, I mean, even in the last game, you'd probably be pretty dead at the end. I guess Stewart hoping for another safety car. P-Tech and Grimm, P1 and P2, 12 lap old hard. And in P3, it's 12 lap old medium, same with Israel, P4. Race Chase switches on to the hards in P5. Halber stepped out of the hards in P6. Young's the mediums in P7. JCast and Snake are onto the hard compounds in 8 and 9. We talked about Stewart, settles still on his original tires, 12 lap old hard. Beckett's on the medium still. Caesar's come in for the hards. Flavius come in for the hards. Reset's fitted for the soft compound tire. And Meta has the hard. Penalty-wise, Meta's got a 5-second penalty. I'm going to assume that was a pit lane infraction, but not 100% sure. He's set, boxing off those softs for the hard compound. He's going to look to go to the end here. And looks like he is getting laps while he's doing it. So again, we do have some lap cars in the grid. I hate that I don't have driver tags, so lap cars will have to pull off the racing line by the start-finish line and allow the entire field to pass. Lap cars on a safety car with 5 or less laps remaining in the race are required to make a mandatory pit stop on the safety car restart. Just a way, I mean, at that point, 5 laps left. If you're lapped, it's just a way to get you off the track. And the guys that are still battling for position don't have to worry about blue flags. It's a hybrid style system that we're trying this season. I don't think we've had to do it as of yet. And the field is caught up. Safety car is coming in. We'll jump on with Grim as he chases down VTEC. I'm wondering, is VTEC going to go with the hard soft? Because you saw the guys doing 12 laps on the soft compound with a full tank. And VTEC not off yet. Still warming up those tires. Safety car is in. VTEC is off. They both get a good jump on race pace. VTEC in P1. We got yellows in 3. As we have a tractor in the pits. And we've got a issue in sector 1. Looks like J-Cast maybe. Scuttle's down a position or 2. Looks like Scuttle. A couple cars there, the McLaren. So it looks like we have a retirement from Meta. Scuttle looks like he got Peach. Set is a lap down. More yellows in sector 1. There's set just moving over there. Youngling versus Hallberg. Youngling on the fresh medium compound tires. We have a couple safety car laps underneath them. It's not a 2-4 lap. He's just getting so much more traction out of the corner, right on Hallberg's gearbox. There's just nowhere to go. Again, 2 laps after the safety car, we will not have DRS. As long as Hallberg can keep that traction going. Youngling just taking a peek at every angle that he can right now. Youngling out of 12, a little bit of a bump there from Hallberg. You guys touch tires, not assigning blame. DRS is enabled, so I guess I was wrong. This is 1. And here comes Youngling going up the inside. Later on the brakes. Hallberg manages to stay in position. Oh, and Youngling with the driver on his right. He's got Beckett battling him now. Youngling leaving a spot to Beckett. Just came up the inside there. Nice little battle for P6. Oh, and Beckett goes for the fucking burger. I was looking down at the time. I didn't see any contact, but Beckett just losing the back end there. Hopefully that was just him and it wasn't contact there. don't know if he lit up the rear there or got a little tap on the ass. And here comes Youngling with DRS on Hallberg. He's got the better jump out of turn 14. He's right on his tail. Youngling getting it done into P6. 5 for the bucket there. The hunt is on. VTEC chasing, or sorry, Andrew chasing down Grim. Two Haas drivers. Wonder if they're talking team orders right now on the radio. Andrew, well, they're both on older tires, but those mediums are probably feeling a little more than the hard compound. Israel's come in for a fresh set of hards. Sector 1, we have an Alpha off the track. I wonder if that was Israel. Yellows in 2, looks like an Alpha. Hallberg might have caught himself a little spin there. Wing looks intact. Flavius up to P8. 3 positions higher than his favorite position of P11. If you ask him, he'll tell you P11 is like his spot. And he looks like he's having a race all by himself right now. He's 5 seconds back of Beckett, and Israel's 10 seconds back from him. So he's in a pretty safe spot right now to just kind of manage his tires, manage his race. Race chasing Andrew now. Race chase has a look. Take a look. Oh, Race Chase gets a Red Bull on his inside of Youngling. Came out of nowhere there, and now he's chasing Youngling instead of Andrew Mason. As we've got an Aston Martin off in Sector 2. Youngling chasing down the Haasers of Grim Reaper and Andrew Mason. 2, 2, and 3 respectively. Grim just up there running his race. I mean, I gotta give it to Grim. He's a very consistent driver. He's got speed, he's got pace, and he just runs his race. Andrew Mason looks like he's lost out to Youngling there. Out of 10. So the exit of turn 10 seems to be a spot where if you get the better traction, of course, Youngling on the fresher medium compound tires, maybe able to lay down that power. He's going to have so much more grip if he gets DRS on Grim Reaper. Grim is able to stay ahead of Hallberg there with DRS. Wonder if he's running a pretty aggressive setup ring-wise. Youngling just applying the pressure to Grim right now, keeping it under half a second through these corners. If Grim has that rear view mirror enabled, that Red Bull looks to be very, very close. Oh, Youngling almost loses it, trying to get that power down again. Out of turn 10. Gives Grim a little bit of breathing space, not much, but a little bit more. Grim on 20 lap old hards. This might not be his battle. It doesn't look like it's gonna be. Grim coming into the pit. Youngling in P2. VTech 6 seconds up on Youngling. Still hasn't stopped. He's gonna have to make a stop right now. Mason still hasn't stopped. So we've got VTech hasn't stopped and Mason are the two drivers that are yet to pit. Mason probably looking to try and get that 12 and a half second gap up a little bit more on Hallberg behind him. Right now, if Mason goes in, he's probably coming out in P6 behind Grimm. Set gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's having a rough race right now. He had problems getting around the McLaren of Matic Chimpes. Quality band started this race. He wasn't able to put his car where he normally would have. Gets it done on Flavius. Flavius looking like he might have had a little bit of a problem there because Stewart bumped him through. VTech in for a stop. Race Pace and Youngling move up. VTech's going to come out in 5th, maybe 6th. Ambu picks up 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. He is not going to be happy about that. VTech comes out in P3 on the softs with 13 laps to go. So VTech opting for the hard soft strategy, which is exactly what she said. Snake on the soft. Tracker opts for a soft. But Mason with a 5-second penalty is going to put him basically in 8th place right now, so he's going to be looking to stretch that gap. Stewart was leading the race prior to the safety car in his pit stop. Oh, Ezra loses the back end out of turn 10, and that's an easy pass for Stewart. And is Ezra still alive? He is. Gets back moving, but not before losing a place to Flavius as well. If Ezra got any damage there. Car looks to be in, is there an input? No, he looks to be okay. Stewart sets the fastest lap with a 1:14.0. Beckett on Ambu now. Beckett going for the Beckett Award, the driver of the day. I think the key to Beckett's success is just starting at the back. He gets the fucking launch mode going. Had a spin there, but it's still running on the points. Ooh, runs wide there. He's going to have to be careful on the power. Ambu also runs wide in the line. And it's a battle of the power here. Who can get it down first? Is Beckett going to go side by side into the chicane? Take the inside. He's going to have to go slower and leave tons of space there for Ambu. Great driving from Beckett. VTech sets the fastest lap for the 13.3. Beckett into 13, gets the move done, gets the traction down. Ambu on 1 lap old hard, still probably trying to bring those up to temperature. And Beckett's running P6. We have a Mercedes of Cracker Jack. It looks to be off. Ambu getting it back. Great battle here between Beckett and Ambu Mason, but Beckett manages to hang on to it. Ambu came shooting up the inside there with the DRS. And we do not have a safety car. We have yellows, and we're clear. Green flags all around. I know I said I wasn't going to talk too much, but I'm trying here. Tracker into the pit, it looks like. Boxes for an old set of hard, soft compound with 2 laps on them. So VTEC up 9.2 seconds on the race leader right now. Beckett almost has a little bit of a burger there. Israel fighting back to get his spot back from Flavius. He lost that because of the spin, lost 2 spots there. Andrew Mason dropped him way back. Stewart took a spot on him as well. I wonder if Andrew had a problem. Andrew Mason driving the Haas, but Mercedes in his heart. Hallberg having a fucking amazing race, sitting in P4 right now, 2.5 seconds up from Grimm on Old Hard. We saw them drop off. Oh, he gets a bit of a curb there. That's going to impact him. That's going to give Grimm. Yeah, he lost almost a second there, a second and a bit. Sorry about that, Hallberg. I gave you a bit of a commentator's first there. Told you how amazing you were driving, and then you caught that inside curb on turn 10. Israel side by side here. Walks up heavy, but keeps. I wonder if Flavius ended up backing out of that. Survival being the name of the game. He's got a 6-second gap on Snake and Bean. In P11, his favorite position. And Cracker Jack is DNF. Not sure if he just retired in the pit. And we have 6 drivers out tonight. Very slow moving Mercedes of Cracker Jack that was. I guess he retired in the pits, but a little bit too late as the car came back out. Israel stretching that gap on Flavius now. He's on the fresher hard tires. VTEC within 2 seconds of race chase, sniffing out that P2. 5 seconds back from Youngling. VTEC's been on fire lately. It's just the pace. He's just been putting up the fast laps. He's got the fastest lap for this race right now, so that'll be an extra point. 16.3. Obviously pending on someone else setting a fast lap. Beckett looks like he got a penalty there. What's Beckett's penalty? 16 seconds for corner cutting, and we have a virtual safety car. And the race is negated. Some of the guys with a pretty good, now the virtual safety car is driving me nuts because you could have a pretty good gap on the guy behind you, but he manages to catch up because of the delta. Of course, if you go over the delta when the track goes green, even if the countdown's knocked down, you're going to get a drive-through penalty. So we have a retirement from Doucette. This leaves us with 13 drivers in the race. A lot of corners, a lot of slippery curves, and lots of walls. This is definitely not an easy track to drive. There's plenty other guys on it. So we've seen some pretty good wheel-to-wheel action without any contact, which is obviously the main goal, aside from, you know, winning. And we're back on. DRS is enabled again, green flag. Field is very spread out. VTEC, what happened to VTEC? VTEC boxes for the medium compound tires. So this he didn't think those softs were going to take him the distance. Ends up having to go for the mediums, and that puts him back 16 on race day. So 6 laps to go. Will VTEC be able to cut 16 seconds off his time? That's a big ask. It's still a podium for VTEC. Right on board with Grim Reaper. Chasing down Hallberg. I want to say Hallberg's having an amazing race right now, but I don't want to fuck him up again. And looks like we have a driver off at his 12. And that's another VSC. Oh, we're getting a full safety car. That's Snake and Beans maybe lost it there. The Williams of Snake and Beans. Or the Alpine of... Oh. We have a collision in the pit lane there between Hallberg and Snake and Beans, who's heavy on the brakes there. I'm not sure what happened. Hallberg having an amazing race, picks up 5 seconds for the collision with Snake and Beans in the pit lane, loses his wing, was running in 4th. That's heartbreaking for Hallberg. Having such a wicked race. Mr. Grim Reaper also caught damage on that, but he still ran 4th. No, Reaper's wing's good. It was just Hallberg that got it. And that pushes him from 4th to 7th, 3 positions. Dylan is messaging me saying Grim's wing is broken, but I think it was Hallberg and the Alfa Romeo that went into the back of Snake and Beans into the pit lane. Snake and Beans retiring after that. Because Hallberg had a wing change, but Grim didn't. And we're down to 12 drivers. VTEC in P1 with Race Chase and Youngling boxing for the soft compound tires. VTEC stopping early. I thought VTEC was fucked and was going to have to settle for P3. But VTEC, with this crystal ball, I mean, not a perfect crystal ball because we would have boxed for another set of softs. But we'll see what VTEC can do here. Everybody is on the soft compounds except for VTEC. But again, a very tough truck to pass. And if VTEC can somehow summon the spirit of Alonso to help him make that car as wide as possible, we're only going to have a few laps here. He's going to have to hang on. Of course, his tires are going to be harder to keep warm than the soft compound tires of all those drivers behind him. But we're going to have a couple laps and we're not going to have DRS, so that's going to help.
maybe on the last lap. Second lap after safety car, it'll be enabled. We're going to be on lap 33. We'll probably go in at the start of 34, so maybe DRS in the last lap. But they're going to all pass the DRS line without it. So that could be the end of DRS. We'll see in a minute. VTEC got that battery at 100%, as is everybody else. But without the DRS, this could have just played right into VTEC's hands. We're going to have an amazing finish. We got Youngling back there, but he's still got to pass the race chase. He's been showing some incredible driving as well. VTEC's going to have to do everything to keep those tires hot and just pick the perfect time to lay the power down. If I was a betting man, I'm saying the safety car is going in this lap. And I would have won that bet. VTEC's going to start backing that field up. Give himself as much of an opportunity as he can. Let's see when he puts his power down. Race chest chase right on his ass. And VTEC is off. Does get a jump on race chase. 6/10 up. We will have DRS in the last lap, but it might be too little too late as the DRS zone is before the start finish line. Sector 1 yellows. These are going down the spot. J-Cat's moving up to 11th. Flavius in 10th. Andrew Mason chasing down Beckett. Andrew Mason speaking in Beckett's ear right now. Would you like a burger? Can I get you a burger? I'd love it if you had a burger. Beckett, another man who suffers from the calm curse, as we saw from a little while ago. Got to ride on board with Race Chase Series. 3/10, 5/10 back on VTEC. Soft compound tires, 4/10. Youngling 1.3 back. Race Chase going for his victory, his first victory, I think, would be in the ARL. I'm not sure if he's won a race before. Race Chase setting the fastest lap. Youngling with a 1:12.4 setting the fastest lap. Hallberg and Beckett both with 5-second penalties, but that safety car is really going to throw a wrench in their plans. Beckett looks like he's going to be in around 8 or 9. Andrew looking like he's going to be in 9th, so Beckett in 8 with that penalty. Race Chase just hunting him down. Youngling within a second will be in striking distance in the final lap. VTEC's going to make that car as wide as possible. Making sure I'm not muted here. Hallberg looks to have another issue there as he drops back to 9th. Isra passes him, but Hallberg could still finish in the points. DRS is enabled, but There's only going to be that short stretch at the back. Will it be enough? I don't think so. Youngling back 2 seconds now. This is Race Chase and VTEC right now. Looks like Grim had an incident because he's dropping down the field really quick. Just having a solid race there. Wonder what happened. I'm sure we'll have to check the stewards reports for that later on, as we weren't riding on board because we're hanging here with the leaders. Race Chase safe from Youngling as long as he can keep it on the track. With DRS, this is VTEC's show right now. VTEC showing some incredible pace, even on those medium compound tires. Just not enough laps left for Race Chase. Is this going to be a line finish? Grim retires? Got VTEC with the win. Race Chase. Youngling in third. Stewart in fourth. Andrew in fifth. Second and sixth, which will be adjusted by the time penalties. Flavius in seventh. Hallberg in eighth. Is in ninth. Grim 10th. JCast 11th. He's at 12th as of right now. If Grim got disconnected on the last lap, he will still get his points in 10th. It looks like Andrew Mason hangs on to 5th, Beckett drops to 7th, Flavius jumps up to 6th. And our driver of the day is Youngling. Great race from VTEC, great race from Race Chase. Hallberg was having an incredible race till that pit lane collision. As we go through our standings, so we have VTEC in first, Race Chase, Youngling, round up your podium, followed by Stewart, Andrew Mason, Flavius Beckett, Isra, Hallberg, and Grim Reefer, who retired on the last lap, but I think unless the DNF, we'll have points there. Our bottom 10, JCast, Caesar, Snake, Doucette, Cracker, Match, Mata, Jeezel, DJ, Villeneuve, and Subtle being your DNFs. That is all from me as part of the ARL Shitty Comms team, all by myself today. You guys have a good one. Youngling also picks up the fastest lap we will mention. Good race, guys. I'm out.